కరోనా మహమ్మారి విస్తరిస్తున్న నేపథ్యంలో రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వం పగడ్బందీ చర్యలు చేపట్టింది. ఇప్పటికే నగరంలోని గాంధీ ఫీవర్ చెస్ట్ ఆసుపత్రిలో క్వారంటైన్ సెంటర్లను ఏర్పాటు చేసిన రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వం నగరంలోని CCMBలో అధికారులు ప్రతిరోజు వందలాది కరోనా టెస్టులు నిర్వహిస్తున్నారు. దేశవ్యాప్తంగా వైరస్ విజృంభిస్తున్న నేపథ్యంలో లాక్డౌన్ కొనసాగించడమే ఉత్తమమని చెబుతున్న CCMB డైరెక్టర్ రాకేష్ మిశ్రాతో మా ప్రతినిధి వంశీ ఫేస్ టు ఫేస్.
ప్రపంచ దేశాలను గడగడలాడిస్తున్న కరోనా వైరస్ ప్రస్తుతం దాని స్థితిగతులు ఏ విధంగా ఉన్నాయనే అంశానికి సంబంధించి తెలుసుకునే ప్రయత్నం చేద్దాం. దీంతో పాటుగా వాటి పరివర్తనంలో ఏమైనా మార్పు సంభవించిందా, జెనెటికల్గా ఏమైనా చేంజ్ అయ్యే అవకాశం ఏమైనా ఉందా, దీంతో పాటుగా ఇప్పటి వరకు CCMBలో ఎలాంటి టెస్టులు నిర్వహించారు, వ్యాక్సిన్కి సంబంధించి కావచ్చు, మెడిసిన్కి సంబంధించి కూడా ప్రయోగాలు ఏ విధంగా జరుగుతున్నాయనే అంశానికి సంబంధించి కూడా పూర్తి వివరాలు మనకు అందించడానికి CCMB డైరెక్టర్ రాకేష్ మిశ్రా గారు మనతో పాటు ఉన్నారు. వారితో మాట్లాడి మనం మరిన్ని వివరాలు తెలుసుకునే ప్రయత్నం చేద్దాం. సార్, అప్ టు నౌ హౌ మెనీ శాంపిల్స్ హావ్ బీన్ కండక్టెడ్ ఇన్ ది CCMB, sir?
We have tested close to 600-700 samples. Exact count will be around that.
In CCMB, the medicines or vaccines, is there any happens or is work doing?
CCMB is not making any drug or medicine or vaccine for the coronavirus, but the work we are doing will be useful in designing and preparing the vaccine. So, which is understanding the nature of the virus, how it behaves in the mammalian cells. Those things will be useful. But for developing vaccine and drugs, if we have to, we collaborate with those who have expertise in those areas.
Sir, in some countries, China or America, Italy, they rapidly spread virus. But in India, is any mutated, sir?
There is no indication that the virus that is going on in India, it is all the viruses are mutated. Each one you isolate from two persons, it will be a little bit different. But there is no indication that the virus that we have is anyway less effective than what is there in Italy or in US or was in China. There are very few such only two virus sequences are known. It's very difficult to say based on that. But for the moment, there is no indication. We are seeing so far slow increase in the cases, not as rapid as in other places. There are two possibilities of this. Maybe we have started interaction with people, lockdown was implemented, maybe this is because of that. Also, maybe we are little bit behind in this infection, and after a week it will pick up. So it's not clear what is the reason, but we cannot conclude that the virus that is present here is less infectious.
Is it chance to turn the genetically?
Each virus, as I was saying, even in same person, the virus will have changes, because this is the one problem with this virus, that it changes very fast. All coronaviruses, they change very fast. So that is why people are interested in sequencing more and more of the virus to understand what kind of changes are taking place.
So BCG vaccine is alternate for the coronavirus, is vaccine?
There is a report that in the countries where BCG is given, the mortality is less. But I will wait for more data to emerge. It is not very clear cut. This is a correlation. This doesn't actually mean that BCG vaccine is going to be effective. There may be other reasons for that. So at the moment, it's a hypothesis based on some observation. In my personal opinion, is unlikely to be correct, knowing what we do with what BCG does. But the biggest thing is that BCG is given very early, and for most of the people, it is against basically tuberculosis. You know how many people die of tuberculosis even in India. So that means it's not that vaccine effect is because they die late. So for children it is very good, but for late it's not available all the time in that effective manner, although in some cases memory is lifelong. So is the effectiveness for against coronavirus is I think much more scientific investigation needs to be done before we conclude. Although people are excited, this is desperate time. Anything that one person makes, even correlation between the two things, people get excited because we are desperate. But in normal time, this will not be considered as big evidence.
Sir, 2 days before, the state government of Telangana is requested the central government to extend the lockdown. Is the best decision, sir?
Lockdown is a from the medical point of view, from the disease, to fight against disease point of view is good. Certainly, there is no question about it. But are we doing more damage by locking down? In the end, what is what we are trying to do to save people's life? If more people's life become endangered by lockdown, then one has to this political decision. Then it becomes. But from the disease to stop the spread of virus, lockdown has to be there for longer time. How it is implemented, partial lockdown, all those things are logistic that governments have to discuss and figure out how much economic loss it is doing, how much back we are going in for the various developmental programs. But lockdown should continue in some form or other. So because that's the only way at the moment we can get out of this.
ఇది ప్రస్తుతం ఏదైతే CCMBలో దీనికి సంబంధించినటువంటి శాంపిల్స్ కూడా టెస్ట్ చేయడం జరుగుతుందని కూడా చెప్తున్నారు. ప్రస్తుతం ఉన్న తరుణంలో లాక్డౌన్ శరణ్యమని కూడా చెప్తున్నారు. వీడియో జర్నలిస్ట్ విజయ్తో వంశకృష్ణ, టీ న్యూస్, హైదరాబాద్.